Hey guys, what's going on? So the goal of this video is going to be to show you how to create the most profitable ads on Facebook, because right now it's becoming like a survival of the fittest thing. There's a lot of marketers out there or business owners that are running ads incorrectly, so it makes it there's also a lot of misinformation out there, and Facebook has changed so much over the last 5 years. It makes sense, but if you run the ads the right way and you cater it to how the algorithm has changed, it's going to make it significantly easier for you to generate leads because you're doing better than 99% of the population. Okay, so that's going to be the goal here. Also, my name is Ashton. I'm the founder of Active Solutions AI. I've generated probably a little over $10 million across various different industries from Facebook alone. I only say that because I don't want anybody to think I'm talking out of my ass. I've been doing this for a while, and I would consider myself to be somewhat of an expert. And whether or not people agree, that's on them. But I do want to dive into this and kind of show you guys how you can leverage the algorithm so that it works in your favor and you can make your ads much more profitable. Okay. So first we need to talk about how the algorithm works. Okay. Okay, so here's a little outline that's going to explain exactly how the algorithm works, and it will give you a better level of understanding before you actually go out and start creating ads for Facebook. So here's how the algorithm works. It's based off of demographic data collection. So if you're running an ad on the platform, Facebook starts to collect the demographic data like age ranges, ethnicity, or gender, and it will retarget the people who are spending the most time on your ads. So let's say, for an example, and this is basically like algorithm learning. So it learns from the people who are spending the most time and actually engaging with the content itself. This means like clicking the read more button, opening up the lead form, whatever it might be, actually opting in, right? So here's an example for you. So let's say you have, here we go, an ad running for running shoes. Now, this ad is viewed by women between the ages of 18 to 25, and those are the people who are spending the most time on those ads. Facebook learns this, and it finds their algorithm learns very, very quickly. So you can start getting a very low cost per lead if you create your ads correctly very fast. So Facebook learns that women between the ages of 18 and 25 are most interested in your ad. So it automatically begins to retarget those people. Okay. So that is how the algorithm works, which means, and this is probably the most important part about this. So your ad has to be very clear and obvious to what it is offering. Because here's an example. If you have an ad for running shoes, but your ad is not very clear that it is for running shoes, then people who see the ad, so your target audience, might come across the ad and not know that it's for running shoes, and they just continue to scroll. Because people don't jump on Facebook looking for ads and to read and understand them. So if someone comes across your ad and it's confusing and they don't know whether or not it's for them, they're going to continue to scroll, which means Facebook is not going to be able to collect the data of the people who want to spend most time on your ad, because nobody's spending time on your ad because it's confusing and it's not obvious. However, if you have running shoes and a huge sale across your ad, then people are going to see that. Like, let's say runners, for example, they scroll, they see it, they stop on the ad, they spend more time, they click and read the description, they want to see what the sale is, whatever it might be. And then the people who don't run at all or are not interested at all will see running shoes and they're not going to be interested. So they're going to keep scrolling. And Facebook's going to be like, oh, those types of people between those age ranges and these genders are not interested. So I am no longer going to show the ad to these types of people. However, women between the ages of 18 to 25 are spending the most time on this ad. Most of them are opting in or visiting the landing page, whatever it might be. These are the people that we want to continue to show our ad to. So your ad has to be very clear and very concise. All right, so here's a perfect example that I'm going to show you. And obviously, anything in the gym world is a really good example because everybody can kind of relate. So let's just say for a gym, right? We're trying to connect with our audience. We're trying to create an ad that is very specific and very obvious to what it is offering. And I follow something specifically called the 5-second rule. Now, this is something that I created in order to, whenever you want to make sure your ad is following the 5-second rule, whenever you're making your ad creative, so that you know that it's catered to the Facebook algorithm. So the 5-second rule is in the first 5 seconds of looking at an ad. So if you were to close your eyes, open them and look at the ad, you should know in the first 5 seconds what the ad is, who it's for, and where it's based if it's something that's local. If it's not local, then it's just what the ad is, who it's for. You need to know the offer. You need to know exactly what it is in the first 5 seconds when you look at the ad. This ad is very obvious. You can tell by the picture. It's something fitness related, 6-week total body transformation, and it says 10 locals right on the front, so you know it's local, and it says sub area. So ad is extremely obvious. This ad is also, it's a nice ad. So I know right off the bat that this ad right here is going to perform better than other gyms or the competition, within that demographic area because of how I've created the ad. I've catered it to the algorithm specifically so that when people look at it, they know whether or not it's for them. And Facebook is going to be able to learn and understand based on the amount of people that are engaging with that ad. So this is a perfect example of how your ads should be catered to the algorithm. Okay, so now we're actually going to come into the Facebook platform. So if we go in here and we create a campaign, this is exactly how you're going to want to run lead generation ads. So you're going to go leads, and you're going to go manual leads campaign. Perfect, here we go. Name your campaign, leave all this the same. Do not use, you want to use ad set budget optimization. You do not want to use campaign budget. So if that confused anybody, just don't turn this on. Leave this off. Okay, and we're going to use instant forms as our methodology for collecting this data. Now, some people want to use landing pages, which is fine. The problem is that instant forms are on the Facebook platform. So one of the updates recently, the iOS update for anything externally to the Facebook platform means like, let's say you have a landing page for an example. So you're scrolling through Facebook, you click on the ad, and it takes you off the Facebook platform and onto the landing page. So Facebook, or a certain percentage of people, are no longer sharing any of their information with you once they leave the Facebook platform. So you know how when you go to Google, it says you want to allow Google to know your location or whatever it might be. So once you leave the Facebook platform, it is no longer tracking demographic data. So you're losing a lot of data once they leave the platform unless you're using APIs like HighLevel or Cometly or whatever it might be. So what I've been doing, this is for the last probably 14 months, is using lead forms because it collects 3 times the amount of demographic data, which means it finds your target audience 3 times as fast, unless you are using something on your landing page like HighLevel or Cometly. Instant forms is always going to find your demographic audience a lot faster. Some people argue it's going to bring in lower quality leads, which is incorrect. The same people who opt into your landing page are going to be the same people who opt into your lead form because it's more user-friendly. The problem is that because it's more user-friendly, you're also going to bring in some tire kickers or lower quality leads, but you're still getting the higher quality leads, and you're still getting the middle level leads that maybe just need to talk somebody and actually be nurtured in some way, shape, or form before they're actually interested. But you're not just, it's not like there are high quality prospects on Facebook that are like, I'm only opting into landing pages. Like, I don't believe in lead forms. You're still going to get the same people. Like if your ad is speaking to your target audience, they're still going to opt in. So it's not that it brings in lower quality leads. It's just that it also brings in more low quality leads, but it also brings in more high quality leads as well because it's more user-friendly and it's actually finding your target audience faster. All right, so that was a long description, probably longer than it needed to be. But instant forms here, you select your Facebook page. We're going to go down, and then the only thing you really want to edit when it comes to the audience, so I always switch to original audience. Depending on what you have to offer, you're going to want to probably adjust the age range. So for me, I target business owners, so I always go 23 to 60. If you are running, let's say, semaglutide or a weight loss offer, you would probably see more success if you targeted women only and between the ages of 27 and, let's say, 50 or like 48, something like that. This is just an example. So really take some time and leave it super broad. Like if you have no idea, but take some time to, okay, the people who are most interested in what I have or my target audience, like what is their age range? So that's the first thing. And then everything else you want to leave broad. So how Facebook used to work is you would really dial this down and you would use the detailed targeting to find your audience yourself, right? And you would try to get your audience size down lower and lower and lower, maybe even between like 1 to 200,000 or somewhere around 1 million. Now, as long as you're using the type of creative-based targeting like I'm speaking on here, so like your ad is very obvious, then you're going to want to leave this as broad as possible because Facebook's algorithm is much better than you are at trying to dial down your targeting and find the audience. The Facebook algorithm is so good now, as long as your ad creatives are made correctly and cater to the algorithm, leaving it as broad as possible and having a large audience size is going to give you much better results than the contrary, than trying to dial it down and target yourself. So leave it broad. I know it sounds crazy, but leave it broad. Focus on your creative more than anything else. Also, video ads are something else that you can try as long as you're scripting it correctly. You're calling out your audience, you're explaining your offer, and within the first 5 seconds, a viewer knows whether or not your video ad is for them. That is how you're going to get your ads to perform, okay? So keep it broad. Maybe just adjust the age ranges, and obviously the location if you're not in the United States, maybe if you're in the UK, if you're in Canada, whatever it might be. Okay, and then I've been using advantage placements more because it's been working better than it was when it first came out. But what you can also do is you can edit here and you can go to manual placements, and you can take it off audience network. But Facebook's algorithm kind of figures out which platform people are spending the most time on your ads again. So it does a really good job at this. But you can dial it down and pick which feeds that you would actually like to show your ad on. But now that advantage placements is becoming better and better and the algorithm is becoming better, you can probably just keep the advantage placements on. And then we're going to go into the ad. So multi-advertiser ads, you're going to want to always turn this off. So it's going to trick you into saying that your ad's going to get more exposure, which is true. Your CPM is definitely going to go down. CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions. So you're going to be able to show your ad to more people for more of your budget, but what multi-advertiser ads is doing is it's putting your ad next to other people's ads. So it's not singling you out. So for example, you could be next to your competitors' ads, or it could show a group of 4 ads right next to each other. The likelihood of someone catching your ad when it's next to a bunch of other ads is very low. So if you turn this on, your ad will always be singled out and it will always be by itself. Again, it tricks you into saying that you're going to get more exposure. It's not going to work. Your cost per lead is going to go up. So keep this off. And then you're going to want to select your image, right? So our obvious image, our obvious ad image. I'm just going to keep this here for now. Just because I don't feel like pulling the other one in here. But remember, a very obvious ad image, people should look at it. It needs to follow the 5-second rule. And then when we're going into the copy, so some specific rules on copy. First, let me go over the order at which people are going to look at your ad. So the creative is going to be the most important. That's what people are going to see first. The first, not the headline, the primary text. The first paragraph of what's viewable in the primary text is going to be what this number 2, the second most important thing about your ad is. So for example, okay, so here's an example. Lose weight in 30 days or less. Our 6-week challenge is finally underway. We are looking for 10 people, blah, 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 blah. The second most important thing is this part right here. So if you can view this, and I'll zoom in for you, this first little paragraph that is actually viewable of your primary text is what's most important about your entire copy, believe it or not, because no one's going to read the rest if it's not compelling. So this needs to showcase your offer more than anything, or what your offer, if you have any free trials, if you have any discounts, if you have any whatever, if you're in a location. So you need to try to fit as much information in this top part as you possibly can. So actually a perfect example would be if you're saying, like, let's say you're in Houston ladies, and you're only targeting women, right? This is just an example. Lose 30. So now, like, someone who reads this first paragraph knows exactly. Same thing, 5-second rule. Read the first paragraph, you know exactly what's going on, what's it about, what's happening. The headline isn't that important. I would just showcase it with, 6-week transformation challenge or whatever, just something very obvious so that people have an idea of what it is going to be. Everything just needs to be obvious, okay? And then the rest of your the rest of your text can be showcasing, exactly what you have to offer, what you're going to get. It can have some bullet points, whatever, and then a call to action at the end. Sign up below so that we can get your 6-week challenge started, whatever it might be. Then we're going to create our form. So couple of things we want to do when we create our lead form. So number 1, you can have an intro or you can remove the intro. I don't really use intros very much, but sometimes it's helpful if you want to, if you want to showcase a free trial or a discount and you want to just kind of reiterate it. You're kind of reconfirming that or reassuring that person's decision once they opened up the lead form that this is a good idea. But I always just remove the greeting and I get them to the qualifications as fast as possible. So you want to add 2 friction questions, what I like to call them. So 2 multiple choice questions always works the best. And this is kind of not necessarily qualifying, but you're forcing the user to engage a little bit more before they sign up, which is going to increase the quality of the leads that are actually coming in. So it's still going to keep the lead quality high or higher, and the volume is going to be relatively decent because the questions are easy to answer, but you want to, put a couple barriers in the way. So what we're going to do is, let's say, all right, and again, these are just examples, but 2 questions here. So number 1, can you fully commit to 6 weeks? Very easy to answer, very user-friendly. Will you show up to your consult? Very easy to answer, very user-friendly. Then you come down, you want to collect their, phone number, full name, phone number, and email. And then you need to add a message here that says, a member of our team will contact you soon, or whatever it might be. Privacy policy link, you need that there. And then the ending is here's where a lot of people make the mistake, is that sometimes some people are more ready to go and more motivated than others, right? So some people will create lead forms and they will just leave it like this. Thanks, you're all set. View our website, whatever it might be. What you want to do is you want to have a specific call to action after they sign up. So you want to say, wait, you are not done, book below, right? Something like this. And then say, each person must undergo a short consult before they are considered for this offer, right? Something like that here. And then you want to paste a booking link right here because you will get 20% of people to book right away just by putting it right here. And then you want to have a huge call to action, book now, all caps. So what they're going to do now is they're going to answer the 2 questions, submit their information, right? And then it's going to redirect them to here and it's going to say, wait, you're not done, book below. They're going to click the book now button. It's going to open up the calendar. They're going to select the time and then you can attach a form to your calendar so that you can get some additional questions for them. But if people are more excited, more motivated, and they're ready to go once they see your ad and they actually sign up, and it's always triggered by something emotional, right? There's an emotional reason why they clicked on your ad and they thought it was for them and they went through all the steps. They answered the question, they submitted their information. So you want to continue tapping into people when they are still in that emotional state. So for example, if you have any videos that you want people to watch, if you want to redirect them to a booking page that has a video, you want to keep people going down that funnel. Just make sure it's user friendly and you're not just it's not like an hour-long webinar that nobody's going to watch or anything like that. But redirect them to a calendar. Add a couple questions to their calendar booking form, and you will get some additional bookings right off the top, just like that. Okay, one last thing I like to do is I like to test a minimum of 3 to 5 creatives. So make 3 different images that follow the 5-second rule, and then you're going to duplicate the ads. Make sure everything else is going to be the same. So copy is going to be the same, the ad copy. You don't want to test too many variables at once. So ad copy is going to be the same. The headline is going to be the same. You're just going to have, and the form is going to be the same. You're just going to have 3 different images. Test all 3 different images. See which one performs best. So review the analytics, look at the numbers, look at the leads, look at the cost per lead, turn off the ones that aren't performing, leave on the ones that are performing, and you have your winner. So just to reiterate, create your ad and cater it to the Facebook algorithm. Do not use detail targeting, only use age ranges. Leave it broad. Let the Facebook algorithms do its job, and watch yourself get the lowest cost per lead you've ever gotten. Also, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We also have a bunch of links below. I have a free community where if you thought this was valuable, there's a lot more in all of my free courses that are in the community. So go ahead and check those out. We usually let you into the group in less than 12 hours. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment below.